All right, everybody, it is me, Mike Vanderpool, and I am going to be going through and doing some work with social media profile assets. Long story short, social media is the future. It's not going away. And in my conversations with a lot of companies, social media is one of the places where they are lacking in regards to maximizing their engagement potential with their customers. And it's daunting, right? So this is not going to be a big, huge discussion about social media and how to use it. But what this is going to be is as I start to employ it for this particular business that I'm starting, I think it helped for me to show some of the stuff that I'm doing here. One of the hardest things that I've had to deal with is the variety of sizes social media assets. You know, when we talk about those, right? Well, let me go kind of jump the gun here, right? If I go back into Twitter here and look at my own page, right, there's this banner up top there that's called a banner. Then you have your profile image. Then you also have some pictures that you can post. And those are primarily what you have now. At YouTube, you've got some thumbnail for your video and some other things. But for the most part, you only have a few assets. The issue is that they're different between social media platforms. But let's start with where they're the same. And I couldn't find a template file in order to do this, so I built my own. I'm going to share this. I'll have the link below or post it somewhere so you can find this. It's an Adobe Illustrator file. If you don't know how to use Adobe Illustrator, there's lots of stuff online. If you want to work with me specifically on some of this stuff, you can contact me through any of the channels that are out there. But if I look here over on this list of artboards, so each artboard is each element, each image that you're going to use. I have a square profile, and that's 400 by 400 pixels. And the reason that went with 400 by 400 pixels is because looking at all of the requirements for the LinkedIn, Twitter, yada, 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 that seemed to cover them all. They're all squares. Some of them will show a circle, one-to-one aspect ratio, a circle. So when you're designing your logo, that's something to consider, right? That it's square, but then also, if I were to go here and draw a circle, it also plays nicely within a circle itself. So that's something to really consider when you're putting your logo together. So we only need one square profile, and in my artboard title, I actually put the name and the size because when I export, that name and size goes along with the file. Then there's a LinkedIn header, and the LinkedIn header is really goofy. This is their recommended size. I don't get it because the way it plays doesn't even equate to this, but I'm going with what they say. Same thing, Twitter header, a little bit different size. Facebook header, a little bit different size. Now the post, I have two post artboards in here. Now the one is a square-ish post, right? 720 pixels by 481 pixels, so not that square, but still more square than the other one. These posts, social media handles posts differently. And when I export these and upload them, you'll see what I'm talking about. And then I have my YouTube thumbnail and my YouTube banner. So if I look at what these look like over here on the actual, oops, cancel that. Look at what these look like in the actual file itself. There's my square logo. Here are my different size artboards, and you can see the black line in there is the actual artboard, and the image kind of overlays it. And there's my YouTube background. So it's the same image. I went with this orange because the contrast of the logo, it stands out. We'll see how those things show up here. And then I have images down here. We'll see what those look like when I export them. And then here is my YouTube thumbnail. So if I come up to here in File, and I'm going to want to, oops, that was Edit, File, Export, Export for Screens. let's see, quizzed. I can just do that in my prefix. That way all these things that I spit out are going to have this name as a prefix. Go ahead and select all of these. I'm going to export them as JPEGs, one-time size. Potentially you may want to export your logo as a PNG if you want the background to show through. I'm going to recommend for your social media profiles that you do not do that. And then where does this thing need to live? Documents, quiz, setting this stuff up, right? Social media, and here's where all of my social media icons get dumped. And the actual file name is different, so I got to change my prefix a little bit. Social media, yep. So quizzed, social media. Make sure I put a dash at the end. So now this, all 8 of those artboards, export them. It's going to want to overwrite these. Boop, 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 boop. Perfect. All right. So now we'll hop over into social media itself. Add a picture and choose from photos. And let's see here. Oops, we don't want to choose from photos. We want to upload a photo. And I'll be over in my documents, social media, and here's my square. Bingo, bango, bongo. This will then let me change the size. Just going to bring it all the way down. And then let me go ahead and make my head a little smaller. Hey, there we go. And then I will go ahead and save this. Oh, by the way, that little picture-in-picture, that's the Reflect Chrome app. I love it. Bingo, bango, bongo. Here we go. Yep, sweet. Add a cover photo, same type of thing. Upload a photo video. Hop over here, and then let's see. We have our Facebook header. Why would that not let me do that? That does not make sense now, does it, folks? Because those are JPEGs. Why is that not going to let me do that? So, I'm not sure what the issue is here. Those are videos and wow. I have no idea what's going on there. So, without me trying to figure it out right now, maybe I can go into, let me go ahead and deal with the post then, because that's wild. Let me go ahead and add a photo or a video. Actually, I'm going to add the Facebook header here. And you'll see how then this will, let me go ahead and publish that. I have 0 followers at this point because I'm just starting this, so it'll be interesting to see how this grows. So that's there. Now if I come up here, add a cover, choose from your photos. I can add from my timeline photo, add that there, and there we go. Not sure why that wouldn't work, but I digress. So let's talk about the posts then. So I will come into here, and I'm going to upload this social media post. This is the 1 to 1.91 ratio. What is interesting here that you'll see in Facebook is that both of these, you can see the entire image, right? There's my logo right there. And if I go ahead and upload another one of these, and this would be the more square of the two. We're going to call them rectangle posts and square posts just for simplicity's sake. No, thank you, Facebook. I don't need any stickers. You're making this more difficult than it needs to be. Both of them show up there. Beautiful thing, right? So what's nice is I've tested this on mobile as well. So really within this .ai file here, you have everything you need for Facebook and posts. So I've just gone ahead and created my entire Facebook presence here. Well, started my Facebook presence here with this stuff. LinkedIn this is where it gets a little weird. So let me go ahead and I'll have to actually find my page. The way LinkedIn handles business pages is a little odd. because I don't go into manage page, or do I? Yes, I do. Manage page, but then overview, that's where you actually edit stuff. So you'll see here I already have, and how do I make that go away? There we go. I already have the images in here. Now this, is that the right one? See the action for 300 by 300. I think that's actually different, right? I changed the color. So let me go ahead and make sure that that new one gets loaded. Perfect. Publish that. Now let's look at the cover images, right? So yeah, if LinkedIn says 1500 by whatever, but this is all they show. They do this they've got this ad up here and then this vignette. So like trying to use that anything in that space, like words or whatever, just does not work. Especially words in your banners fail when you realize that they also have to be used for mobile. So trying to size things, it's not worth it, because you really want to think, what do you really want people to notice, right? At this point, the logo, the branding, the impression of your logo over and over and over again. Everything should feed into this, especially when you're starting out. So yeah, and just since we're on logo, right, this is what Twitter does. They actually circlify your logo. So now let's go ahead and manage the page here. LinkedIn, let's go ahead and add in some of our same photos. So here's our rectangle post. And check this out. And looks pretty good, right? Everything's in there. Okay. Now let's go ahead and add in our square post. And you'll see what happens. Boom, clips it. That's why I've developed these two different posts. Facebook seems like no matter what, LinkedIn and Twitter both do this cropping thing to that 1 to 1.9 aspect ratio rectangle. So the recommendation here is, if you're going to use anything that's where, you know, a branded image or anything like that, to use the more square of the pictures. Because here we'll come in and let me go ahead and make a tweet. This would be the rectangle one. Should show up somewhere, right? Yep, there we go. There's the rectangle one. Looks nice and pretty. And let's go ahead and add in our the square one. And I believe that this one gets cropped. No, it doesn't. Sweet. So it's just LinkedIn that's doing that nastiness. And I'll check these on the phone and maybe give an update. But I think as long as you play nicely within their desktop or the web portal view, then the browser view, then you should be okay. Hopefully they have stuff structured to be okay on desktop. And I'm going to have to delete this because that logo is the old one. I don't like it. Anyway, all right, so that's that. That's quick and down and dirty, and I hope it makes some level of sense with regard to how you're going to start branding your stuff. And again, this .ai file, I'm going to save it, I'll actually keep all of this stuff here so you can see kind of what I've done with the fonts and stuff. Oh, YouTube. We should probably take a look at YouTube, right? We don't have to take a look at YouTube. That's part of a video series, but I'll just explain it here real fast. When you are doing, most people don't even see, well, I shouldn't say that. You know, videos start playing automatically now, so you don't always see the thumbnail, but where you do see the thumbnail is in like your own page of videos. Now, I am not necessarily super happy with this. I wonder if I should maybe even just like take one of those oranges in there to make that stand out. I don't know. But anyway, this would then exports it. That's kind of really gross. You almost need something darker. That's going to be too dark. I don't know. We'll play around with it and see what happens. But anyway, this spits out a a thumbnail size for your YouTube videos. So YouTube automatically tries to grab a still image from your video, but you can actually change that. So we'll go into that when we talk about YouTube. But this file here, I hope you find it useful. I created it because I couldn't find what I wanted out in the world, in the wild, after half hour of searching. It was kind of frustrating. So I will hopefully make your life easier by sharing this. Any questions, comments, concerns, you can always hit me up. I think I know lots of things. I don't know many things. So if I do something wrong or there's a better way to do things, I truly, truly, truly appreciate it if you would let me know. So thank you.